Hello friend, this is Sanjay Kumar, creator of SelectorsHub. Welcome back. What is SH Selector in SelectorsHub? Many times you must have seen that when you are verifying your selector, when you are writing your XPath and then pressing enter, you must have seen the very first row in SelectorsHub as comes as SH Selector. So here SH is basically SelectorsHub, and this is means basically it is a suggested selector for your XPath and CSS selector by SelectorsHub. Let me explain this more details. Suppose you have any selector written in your script. For an example, for this page there is a selector which we have written. Just open SelectorsHub and here is my script, and suppose this is the XPath. And now when we will verify this XPath over here and press enter, SelectorsHub will suggest an XPath, or SelectorsHub will suggest basically CSS selector for your XPath, whether it is XPath or whether it is CSS selector, no matter. SelectorsHub will suggest you the better CSS selector for your XPath or selector. So you see here SH Selector, this is the one. So here it is saying SelectorsHub is suggesting that in place of using this you can use this, and this is a CSS selector. So this is very simple. It is basically an better selector for your XPath or CSS selector, which is suggested by SelectorsHub. Let me give you more example. Suppose for any element you have copied, or you have some XPath or CSS selector, and now if you open SelectorsHub here and enter that value, press enter, you see that SelectorsHub is suggesting a better CSS selector for your XPath. If you have the suppose you have CSS selector, let's copy the CSS selector, and if you have some kind of CSS selector for you any element and press enter, oh, with that didn't copy it, let me copy it again. Sometimes this dev tools also doesn't work. Now press enter. So you see that this, for this CSS selector which we have, SelectorsHub is suggesting a better CSS selector. So this you can directly use in place of this. So if you have a complex CSS selector you have written, that you can enter here and press enter. SelectorsHub will suggest you a better CSS selector. If you have a complex XPath and you want to convert that into CSS selector, that also you can enter here and press enter. Then you will SelectorsHub will give you the better selector for your XPath or CSS selector. Now whenever you will be typing here anything, say suppose here you started typing something, let me just inspect this element here, and you type /A and press enter. So you see here it is giving you SH selector, which is one matching node, while there are the XPath which you have entered here, for that there are 130 matching nodes. So then what is the meaning of this one in that case? Like when there are more than one matching node, then what SH selector is? In this case, SH selector is the selector for very first matching node for your XPath. So basically here, suppose if somebody asks you what is the CSS selector for the very first link on this page, so what you can do, you just type /A and press enter. SelectorsHub will give you the CSS selector for the very first link on this page. So here this is the very first link because it is highlighting in dashed orange line, and this is highlighting in blue line. So here this is the one, and for this element here is the CSS selector which you can use directly in your script. So this is basically the CSS selector of very first matching node of your XPath or your CSS selector, whatever you have entered here. Okay, I hope this makes sense to you, and it is really helpful in many cases. Like suppose you are trying to write an XPath, but you are not able to make it unique XPath. or unique css selector. In that case, how you are going to how you will solve that problem? So in that case also it helps you a lot with that. Like directly you can use this css selector with which selectors are we suggesting in your script. Let's say if you have some scenario here like in linkedin.com where you are not directly, if you are not able to find the matching node, in that case here you can say like just inspect this element, open SelectorsHub, and when you start writing over here, and here it is finding more than one more than one matching node. In that case, whatever SelectorsHub is suggesting, you either you can try that or you can use other XPath or css selector for that element. So it's helpful in many scenarios, and it really saves a lot of time. So I hope this is clear now. So basically SH selector is the suggested css selector for your selector, and it will be always the first matching node for your XPath or your css selector. If there will be more than one matching node, then this is the very first this will be the css selector for the very first matching element. Okay, if you have any doubt, feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help you. And if you have any comment or any feature which you are not clear in SelectorsHub, feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help you. Please do like, share and comment in this here in the video, and please subscribe to the channel for more such videos. Thank you.